Students, welcome back. I welcome you all to Unit 3. In the previous classes, we discussed about the components of life insurance such as meaning, definition, nature, various characteristic features of life insurance and advantages of life insurance, and then principles of insurance in a detailed manner. Then kinds of life policies and procedures to take an effective life insurance policy. In this model, we are going to discuss on the next important classification, that is of general insurance. The growth of insurance is associated with the growth of trade, commerce and industry. It appears simultaneously with the existence of human society. Even at times when there were no financial instruments, insurance prevailed in the form of mutual help, that is, people helped each other. For example, if your house was burnt, the other members of the community helped to build a new one. In the same way, if anybody else in the community faced a problem, others helped, or otherwise neighbors would not receive help in future, right? In the year 3000 BC, while Chinese merchants traveling dangerous rivers divided their wares across many ships to limit their loss in case any single vessel capsized. To reduce the impact of losses on any one individual, the merchants devised the plan of distributing their goods on each other's boat. If one boat met with an accident, the loss was distributed automatically amongst all. The Babylonian and Mediterranean traders also used a similar system, which was recorded in the famous Code of Hammurabi 2250 BC. The code provided that a debtor did not have to repay his loan if any catastrophe made it impossible. Turning to insurance in the modern sense, marine insurance started in Italy during early 13th century, where ships carrying goods were covered against different known perils. Thereafter, insurance began to spread to other countries of the continent and then to United Kingdom through Lombard merchants who came to dominate British commerce and finance during the 15th century. After this, the next important event was the Great Fire of London in the year 1666. The fire raged for 5 days, flaring 1,000 houses and virtually destroying the city. An English physician named Nicholas Boren entered the reconstruction business during the rebuilding of the city and opened an office in London to insure the newly built houses against loss of fire. This was the beginning of fire insurance in the world. Many underwriters also, who dealt exclusively in marine insurance, formed insurance companies for providing fire insurance. The first known organized form of general insurance was in marine portfolio. It developed in UK at Lloyd's Coffee House in Tower Street, London. The coffee house used to be a meeting place of merchants, bankers, captains and seafarers. While drinking coffee, they used to discuss various problems and risks involved in marine transactions. Edward Lloyd was the owner of the coffee house. After some time, individual merchants started to underwrite marine risks, which were in the form of modern insurance. Subsequently, Lloyd's Act was enacted facilitating other forms of insurance business. Presently, Lloyd's is the largest underwriter in the world. It is also the largest source of shipping and reinsurance information in the world. The first fire insurance company in USA was formed in Charlestown in 1732, named Friendly Society for Mutual Insuring of Houses, but it lasted only for a few years. Thereafter, an American, Benjamin Franklin, popularized the practice of fire insurance in the form of perpetual insurance. In 1752, he and his associates founded a company for providing fire insurance coverage named Philadelphia Contribution Ship for the insurance of houses from loss by fire. Franklin's company was the first to make contributions towards fire prevention. Not only did his company warn against certain fire risks, but it also refused to insure certain buildings where the risk of fire was high, such as all wooden houses. The first general insurance in India was seen in the form of marine insurance. This was because of the insurance in marine business due to the Industrial Revolution in England. The first general insurance company to be established in India was Territon Insurance Company Limited in Calcutta in the year 1850 by the British. After the first indigenous insurance company, Indian Mercantile Insurance Company Limited was set up in 1907, which transacted all classes of general insurance business in India. Till the year 1912, insurance business was conducted without any specific guidelines and regulations. It was subject only to Indian Companies Act 1866. In the year 1937, the Government of India set up a consultations committee under the chairmanship of Mr. Sushil Chandra Sen, a well-known solicitor of Calcutta. At that time, about 199 insurance companies were operating in India. On the recommendations of the committee, the Insurance Act of 1938 was passed. It was a comprehensive legislation covering both life and general business. This act defined the terms life and general insurance business and laid down extensive rules regarding deposit, supervision of insurance companies, investments, commission of agents, directors' appointment, etc. Immediately after independence in 1950, the Insurance Act of 1938 was amended to set up a tariff committee under the control of General Insurance Council of India. Then the year 1968, the Insurance Act was again amended to regulate investments and set minimum solvency margins. The tariff committee was replaced by Tariff Advisory Committee. The Tariff Advisory Committee was an independent regulatory body which was authorized to frame rules regarding rates in general insurance business. During those days, it was felt that privately run general insurance business in India failed to penetrate into the rural areas and also failed to dispose faith upon the insured. Therefore, in 1972, general insurance business was brought under state control with the passing of General Insurance Business Nationalization Act, which came into effect from 1st January 1973. At that time, there were 107 general insurance companies operating in India. All these were amalgamated and merged to form 4 companies. The General Insurance Corporation of India was also incorporated as a holding company in November 1972, and it commenced business on 1st January 1973 with the 4 subsidiaries, namely National Insurance Company Limited, Oriental Insurance Company Limited, United India Insurance Company Limited and New India Assurance Company Limited. Then Malhotra Committee Report on Insurance Sector Reforms 1993. The year 1991 marked as the beginning of economic reforms in India. The effect of the economic reform was felt on the financial sector and insurance industry was no exception. In the backdrops of such reforms, the Government of India set up a high-powered committee on insurance sector reforms under the chairmanship of Shri R. N. Malhotra former governor of Reserve Bank of India. The committee was set up to suggest on the creation of a more efficient and competitive financial system suitable for the requirements of the economy. The committee submitted its report on 7 January 1994. On the basis of the recommendations of the Malhotra committee, various changes have been introduced in the insurance sector. Insurance Regulatory Authority was formed as a voluntary body in the year 1996. In the year 1999, on March 16, the Indian Cabinet approved the Insurance Regulatory Authority Bill. The Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority Act was passed on December 29, 1999. The Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority Act 1999 gives the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority Act was enacted by the Indian Parliament on the 29th of December 1999 on the basis of the recommendations of the Malhotra Committee by the Government of India. The Act provided a new impetus to the insurance sector in India. The IRDA Act was formed with the mission that to provide for the establishment of an authority to protect the interests of the holders of insurance policies, to regulate, promote and ensure orderly growth of the insurance industry. To amend the Insurance Act 1938, Life Insurance Corporation Act 1956 and General Insurance Business Act 1972. We will see the milestones in general insurance in India after nationalization to till 2000. 1972 Nationalization of General Insurance Business in India, 1993 Malhotra Committee on Insurance Sector and Deregulation set up. January 1994 Malhotra Committee submitted its report. January 1995 setting up of Mukherjee Committee. December 1996 IRDA bill introduced in Parliament and referred to the Standing Committee. 1996 setting up of Insurance Regulator Authority. 1997 Mukherjee Committee report submitted but not made public. August 1997 IRDA Act withdrawn following opposition to foreign participations. November 1997 Government of India cleared greater autonomy to LIC and GIC. In June 1998 Union Budget announced opening up of insurance sector. January 1999 notification of IRDA as a statutory authority. October 1999 approval of IRDA bill by the cabinet with FDI which is limited to 26%. February 2000 insurance bill presented in the budget session. In October 2000 private insurance companies are back. It may be deducted that after the Malhotra Committee recommendations in 1994, insurance sector reforms were inevitable. However, the process took a long time and finally in the year 2000, private companies were allowed to enter into the insurance business. It will be in the fitness of the subject to search for the causes which are responsible to bring reforms in the insurance sector of the country. There are some sections devoted to analyze the factors that are responsible for reforms in insurance sector. The classification of general insurance are fire insurance, marine insurance, motor insurance, health insurance and other sectors of insurance. The entire general insurance business in India was nationalized by the Government of India through the General Insurance Business Act of 1972. 55 Indian insurance companies and 52 other general insurance operations of other companies were nationalized at the time. The General Insurance Corporation of India was formed in pursuance of section 9(1) of GIBNA. It was incorporated on 22nd November 1972 under the Companies Act 1956 as a private company limited by shares. The GIC was formed to control and operate the business of general insurance in India. The Government of India transferred all the assets and operations of the nationalized general insurance companies to GIC and other public sector insurance companies. After a process of mergers and consolidation, GIC was recognized with 4 fully owned subsidiary companies. So, we already seen that companies, that is National Insurance Company Limited, New India Assurance Limited, Oriental Insurance Company Limited and United India Insurance Company. GIC and its subsidiaries had a monopoly on the general insurance business in India until the landmark Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority Act of 1999 came into effect on 19th April 2000. This act also amended the GIBNA Act and Insurance Act of 1938. The act, along with amendments, ended the monopoly of GIC and its subsidiaries and liberalized the insurance business in India. In November 2000, GIC was notified as India's reinsurer, but its supervisory role over its subsidiary was ended. This was followed by the General Insurance Business Amendment Act of 2002, coming into effect from 1st March 2003. This amendment ended GIC's role as the holding company of its subsidiaries. The ownership of the subsidiaries was transferred to Government of India. As a result of these reforms, GIC became the sole reinsurer in India and is now called GIC Re. Indian insurance companies are required by law to cede 5% of every policy value to GIC Re with effect from 1st April 2013, subject to some limitations and exceptions. GIC Re has diversified its operations and is now emerging as an important reinsurance in SAARC countries, Southeast Asia, Middle East, Africa, Europe and America. As an Indian reinsurer with global footprint, GIC Re has expanded its international operations through branches in London, Moscow, Dubai and Kuala Lumpur, and it's further planning to establish offices in key regions. As of 2012, GIC Re ranked 14th largest reinsurer and 4th largest aviation reinsurer in the world. GIC Re has a rating of A from AM Best for its financial strength. As of 2014, GIC Re has been assigned national scale AAA reliability rating and global scale A rating credit rating by Russian National Rating Agency. Students, we discussed on the general insurance status in India. Hope that all might have a wide understanding on the background of general insurance. We will see fire insurance, marine insurance, motor insurance and other topics of insurance elaborately in the coming modules. Have a good day. Take care.